one is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is a therapist and a coach and energy healer, no other than Miss Jihane Laraichi. Welcome to Book 101, Miss Jihane, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Yes, I am Jihane Laraichi, and I am an energy healer and coach and therapist. And I do offer sessions to people, and I do help them with their journey on in this earth.
Yes, indeed. Energy healer. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And Miss Jihan, let's talk about those books that influence your journey. How do early experiences like birth process or parental emotions, first hours of life, create subconscious templates for how we approach challenges, relationships, and success?
Amazing. So you would like me to begin with the books or with the experience about birth?
Yes, the experience of birth.
The experience of birth is like I am born premature, and I was put in the incubator for 3 months when I was a little baby, and it shaped my life and the different patterns that I have attracted in my life. I got interested a lot in that, and then after that, I caught some conversation regarding those topics about the influence of the way that we are born and how it shapes our success and the different patterns that we attracted. I got more interested in that, and then I can share it with you so that you would know more about the different situations that you think that are just random, but are just the consequence of when you were about to be born. You had some trauma, and then it different patterns that you keep on attracting. So let's just instance the example of if you were having a fast birth. So, if you were having a fast birth, you would maybe finish before others whatever you need to be working on, and then it can create some issues to others. So they might be jealous about you being too fast for them, or you might be feeling frustrated of having to wait for others. And if, for instance, your success is delayed in life, maybe you find a partner in life that too late in life, or maybe professional success, you need all the time to begin again everything that you have to work on in your business. Maybe it may be due to the delayed birth, that whenever you were ready to be born, and then after that it got all the time delayed. So even if the person thought that she was just having a fast birth, sometimes the mother had to wait for the womb to be cleared, to be available, and then it had to be delayed. So it's a perception that the baby had. Another situation that is pretty interesting regarding the success, and it's when you work on ventures and when you work on lots of entrepreneurial journey, and then you are having bankruptcy all the time. It doesn't work out. Maybe it is the need of being saved. So it might be related to when you were about to be born, and then the doctor had to save you from maybe a cord that was around your neck, feeling of unsafety that allowed you to feel that you needed all the time in your life to be saved. And maybe you want me to share maybe other situations?
Go ahead, Miss.
Yeah, so other situations are really, for instance, that it takes time to be successful, lots of time. So it may be related to when you were in the womb, and it took you a long time to be born because it wasn't open yet. and it took you lots of perseverance in order for you to be successful in exiting to this amazing life. The same, you are repeating those same patterns in your life through the different experiences of entrepreneurship or in your work. That can be so. Other situations, maybe for if you were in the incubator like me, sometimes you might be attracted in situations where you are alone all the time. You need to be putting barriers between you and your spouse, or between you and your colleagues, putting some walls between you and other people, maybe needing to have glasses because you need that barrier between you and other people. And sometimes you might be attracting jobs where you have to work with computers. So you need all the time to be putting a barrier, a machine, like you were in a machine between you and other people. And there are other situations where, for instance, if you had a brother that died in the womb, maybe you were twins and nobody noticed it. You might be too much having the loss experience, having to lose a lot of people, lose situations, lose your money. So lots of loss that remind you about that experience of loss. I can share lots of other examples, and I'm going to continue with sharing that. The only thing that is amazing in this is that whenever you notice a pattern, the amazing situation is as long as you notice it, it means that you can heal it. So there is lots of healing that can occur for you to resolve this situation and not to attract anymore those patterns that don't fit your success and that don't allow you to have your success right away. And one of the amaziest things that you can see through this is the blessing. Through this experience that seems to you like a loop that you are having, but it is not a loop, it is a learning experience. Through that, you learn to be patient. Through that, you learn to be having lots of perseverance. You learn how to be by yourself. Maybe you couldn't stay a lot with other people, and you needed to learn through this experience of doing things by yourself or being alone. Sometimes these experiences are very insightful for you to be learning those skills so that you wouldn't have to attract it in other situations in your life. So, for instance, if you haven't learned to be alone, meanwhile you were a small little baby, you might be attracted in situations where other people would abandon you, so that you would learn how you can be doing things by yourself and like to be alone and have your own experiences with that. So it's important if, for instance, you are a woman and you are pregnant, to notice these situations and to tell it to your kids so that they would learn through these experiences and they would heal all of these patterns in order to attract more positive patterns in their lives. So that's pretty key. I have many other examples if you want me to share regarding the twins and regarding other the cord around the neck.
Miss Jihan, I have a next question. What common success barriers often trace back to birth narratives?
The different the different blocks that are there are due to unconscious belief system. The person might believe that she can't be by herself, that she can't do things by herself. So it's a lot of the belief system that the baby, meanwhile, he was in the womb of his mother, and during the process of birth, that he incarnated those belief system as a little baby, those negative emotions, and he is repeating them. So by doing, for instance, that a healing, changing of the limiting beliefs and transforming them into more positive beliefs, then it gets to have a more positive experiences and to stop these blocks that don't allow you to have success. So that's pretty key to acknowledge all of those blocks that are stemming from that. And you might be doing sometimes rebirth, you might be doing sometimes hypnosis towards this period of your life. And it will allow you to go to have access to all those emotions of the baby that you were, to heal them and then to stop attracting those negative patterns.
And Miss Jihan, if someone knows little about their birth, what directly clues like family lore, health issues, or core fears help decode their narrative?
Well, sometimes, for instance, just if you have no clue, of course, about your birth, for instance, if you were if you were, for instance, your mother has died, so you don't have any information. If you were adopted, for instance, there are some patterns about general patterns about each bird's impact in the adult life that exists that you can look into, and then you get to understand which are these different patterns that you need to heal, and you can heal them. And for instance, I did courses on this that you can listen to, and through that you can diagnose yourself as being a type of bird different than others, and you can heal them. Everything is really healable and is pretty easy to be healed. So I can give you an example regarding this. I had a lady that was really, for her, she had a quick birth of her daughter. So I was coaching the daughter, but she had lots of patterns that did show in my list of the patterns of having a delayed birth. So I told the mother, look, here, this is what is happening. She's having this block that is stemming from this. And then she suddenly remembers something that she had forgotten 25 years ago. That was a small detail to her at that time, that it was a quick birth. The baby came very quickly, but they had blocked the entrance of the delivery room to her. Meanwhile, another lady was having birth. So just that had the fact that the girl stemmed different patterns of the delayed birth, and she incarnated it in her life and her different patterns. So she was delaying her success in her life unconsciously, and it got to be resolved through the resolution of these healings.
Beyond talk therapy, what body based practices help release stored birth stress?
Well, what happens is that we are a soul, body, emotion, and our body stores all of these negative emotions and thoughts that are there. So, just by, for instance, embodying whatever block that you have, and then you sense some sensations in your body. And then you put your hands in those places where you feel the discomfort, maybe some pain, and it gets to bring you, without you acknowledging it, to all the different repetitive emotions and scenes, events of your life, even from early moments, that you can heal through that. And then you can stop all of these repetitive patterns to appear in your life, because we are people that have lots of trauma. And these traumas need to be resolved. That's why they repeat in your life all the time. When you get to repeat them through this body sensation healing, then you get to release them from your body, from your thought, and you get to reprogram your mind. Another situation could be the healing of your body, but through the theta healing. You get to ask your body what is the limiting belief that is in there. So there are lots of processes, including this one, that exist that can allow you really to go to your process of healing, including this body healing.
Miss Jihan, as a coach, therapist, and energy healer, what are your short term and long term goals?
Well, my short term goal is really to support people in individual sessions, and my long term goal is really to support people through group sessions and through all the different courses that I am doing now and I am putting online. And I have an amazing project that I want really to develop, which is supporting people with cancer through their healing journey. So that's my long term goals.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Jihan, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your advice or a piece of advice for those people out there want to be like you?
For the people that would like to be healers like me, I would give them the advice of being patient and going on with life and with its journey. Sometimes you think that your life is going towards one path, but it goes towards another path. There is lots of resistance that we do. So sometimes just going with the flow and helping, supporting other people around you by giving them maybe advice, by coaching them. It could give you the sensation of being useful to others, and you can do lots of trainings and courses in order to increase your knowledge and to have lots of confidence in yourself to be able to support others. Lots of courses do exist, and lots of people are needed at this time of needed healing from all of these planet changes and uncertainties.
Definitely. Thank you for your advice, Miss Jihan. And can you please recommend a book that influenced your journey?
Well, there is a book that influenced my life, which is a Melody Beatty book, which is Letting Go. So these are 365 texts that you can read and that support you in your life and in your journey. And whenever I am having a block, a situation that really I am asking myself, what should I do in it? I do open that book at a random page, and then I get to read the sentences of the day that it shows, and it gets me lots of insights, very deep insights of the situation that I am facing, and it allows me really to have a perspective that I hadn't at all thought of, and sometimes even a resolution to that issue. So that's one book that I would recommend definitely. Melody Beatty.
Thank you so much for your recommended book, Miss Jihan. And how does breaking free from birth patterns allow someone to define success authentically, not reactively?
So, exactly, we are human beings that don't remember our birth and that don't remember our early ages. So, what happens is that when we don't remember that, we get to have some reactive behaviors, emotions, thought forms that we don't remember, but that we had. Meanwhile, we were in the womb of our mother, meanwhile, we were about to be born. And maybe if you were like me, put in the incubator, you might be having those negative thoughts. So, by just doing the healing work, you can allow yourself to change the different patterns into more positive ones. If, for instance, when you were finishing before others, if you were having a fast birth, if it is something that impacted you negatively and other people would react with you all the time, being frustrated with you finishing before time, then you get to heal the reaction of you towards that. You get to heal emotions that are more stable towards whatever thing that you perceive of yourself as having a default, as having something negative in you. You get to shift the positive limiting beliefs into more empowering beliefs because you are not anymore that traumatic baby that was reacting to situations. You are now a powerful human being that is going towards his goals. So, whenever you get to do these healings, the benefits are for you and for the next generations because there is transgenerational trauma that stays. You get to release yourself and to release the next generations, even if you don't have kids. It might be your nephews and nieces and the next generation.
Miss Jihan, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, which is I'm looking at now, and abstract poetry in it. second season, and my book 101 review in it, fifth season too. Comedy 101 and second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love letters in its third season, and my movie 101 review, music 101 in its fourth season, and science 101 and sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen to your podcast. So, Miss Jihan, what's the first step for someone to identify and disrupt a limiting pattern once they suspect its roots?
So I have created the courses on freeing yourself from these limiting beliefs and from all of these patterns through healing of self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and affirmations and a visualization. So you get to go back to all of those moments when you were in the about to be born and when you were born and talk to that little baby, heal his emotions through all of these healing processes of self forgiveness and self compassion and affirmations, and you get to shift the way that you perceive things into more positive. And whenever you heal the past, then you heal the present, and you will be healing the future.
Definitely healing the future itself. Miss Jihane Laraichi. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or any projects that you're currently working on?
Yes, I invite you to attend my lives in Insight Timer. It is an app that offers meditation. So I do lots of lives there, though I would love to have you there. I have lots of courses there, and I invite you if you are having some blogs, some coaching project that you would like to work on an objective, a goal, that you would contact me to have me support you in your journey.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Jihan Laraichi because if you support her more and more and more, coaching to come, for sure, more and more empowering energy healer to come. So, Miss Jihan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for hosting me.
Marty, come, people, see you soon.